QC. QC. Oh, we started already? Okay. Good afternoon, guys, and you're watching Type Tech, and I'm your host, Nash. So, today, if you see the introduction, she's fucking trash. If you see the introduction, it is QC time, because it is the battle of QC T5, the T5 versus the T5s. Is newer better, or is it pretty much the same result? So we will introduce the contender first. It is the QC T5, weighing only 42.5 gram, IPX4 water resistance, and only cost 29 SGD. It is QC T5. Next, you have QC T5s, only weighing 43.7 grams, and it is the successor of the QC T5. It is the QC T5s. Okay, I think I'm going crazy. Anyway, we are going to do the latency test, which is I call it Havas. So it is the battle between the two T5, and if you see the current standings, the ZNT game ports and the Halo GT1 Plus still dominating the top 2 or top 3. It's still dominating the top 3 between the COD mobile latency test and also the PUBG latency test. And in the previous episode, Sound Pitch Through Air managed to break through that top 5 for PUBG, but was unable to break through that top 5 for the COD mobile, and also because it has effectively eliminated the ZNT sound boom and also the sound core anchor live notes. Can these two buggers able to break into the top 10? So before we start, I will just tell the simple rundown, which is both of these will go through the same test, which is the COD mobile and PUBG, and both will use the same guns, which is the AWM and also the I forgot the gun. Okay, both will use the same gun, which is AWM and M24. And also in COD, it will be DLL Q33 and also the Arctic 50. So these two will shoot 3 times, and then we will see how the gun reacts, which is basically looking through the scope, and the time will start the moment the scope moves and the sound produced, and the difference would be the milliseconds that is counted. Do take note that the number may vary, plus minus 100 milliseconds is due to a lot of factors, especially because I'm using the Android phone, which is called Xiaomi K20 Pro. Yeah, and because of that, it is going to be slightly slower than if you use an iPhone. So just take note of that, and this result is just purely for my entertainment. I mean, purely just for my own scientific, just for my own curiosity to know who is the better connection to my phone, and also in no way, in shape or form, that this is a scientific test. So without further ado, let's go and start the battle. doing the mic test. Now I'm playing using the QCY T5s. Is it clear or is it too static? And now I am standing right in front of my fan. Is the wind picking it up or is all clear? Alright, so now we are going to play some crowd noise and see whether this mic can hear me or not. And it's playing on my TV. So tell me whether you can hear it or the background is too loud for you. And it's a short one. Time to move on to the QCY T5. Okay, so now I'm using the QCY T5. In physical term, QCY T5 and T5s are the same. Is it better though? Does the chip upgrade? Because now I'm standing in front of the fan. Is it okay? And it's time for the sound using the crowd. So, is it clear if I'm talking to you right now? Because it's very noisy. If yes, tell me which one is better, the QCY T5 or the T5s? Well, well, well. Well, can't you look at that? The QCY T5s actually managed to break through the 3-digit mark, which is, I thought it was close to impossible, but it actually did. Damn, if you see, the gaming mode does significantly reduce the latency compared to when it is played using the music mode. Because of the result, you can see the standings right now that QCY T5s managed to claim the top spot, completely decimate the competition with 81.3 milliseconds in first place. First place overtaking the Halo GT1 Plus. But the QCY T5 is so good that it is actually even the AAC mode able to break through that top 5 with 237.2 milliseconds, and the QCY T5 with its SBC mode was able to claim the third spot, pushing down all of the game ports, effectively eliminating the sound pitch Q, the sound flow S1, and also the sound pitch through G3SE. Man, what a shocker, man. I didn't expect that to be the result. And now because of that, what I think of the QCY T5s, it is actually quite worth the money. As you can see that the result, it managed to plow through, and the latency is significantly more better than the QCY T5. But the QCY T5 is a no slouch, able to hold at its own in the top 10 rankings. So with the result, tell me what do you think of the latency. I found it very fascinating, and that's all. And also tell me what do you think about the mic as well, and would you go and pick this up instead of something like ZNT game ports or even the Halo GT1 Plus? Yeah, just tell me what you think about it. And that's all for me, and this is Nash, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya.